So this week on the Sonny and Sharp pod, we have a very special guest joining us. Great timing. We'll introduce him shortly. We're also going to talk about refs and why the game seems to revolve around refs. We'll also touch on the most recent Premier League finances, and then we've also got the February Manager of the Month award to hand out. CJ's hoping it might be him, and then we'll do our standard reviewing the game week 27 key battles and also look ahead to game week 28. So welcome to the Sonny and Share pod. Siege, how you doing? You're on a roll. What's it, 4 in a row?
4 in a row, boy. It's about time. After my 6 in a row at the start of the year, I haven't put probably 2 together for about 20 games. So 4 in a row, snuck past Farney. I was speaking of Ben on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, sorry. My luck has turned around. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was 22nd in the luck chart. Now I'm 6th. So I won again by 2 or 3 points against Farney. I even managed to get past him. He had bloody Henderson, which I shat myself when he saved that pen. But
it's
all looking good, mate. Massive game between me and Connor this week. I reckon whoever wins this is going to probably be that last player in the playoffs, I reckon.
Oh, that's a big call.
It's big call. It's a proper dogfight around the playoffs. But how are you getting on, mate? How's your form, boy?
Not great, mate. Same old. I don't think I've won more than 2 games in a row this season, so that's gonna just that'll probably carry on now to the end of the season. But yeah, I'm all right. I've got a bit of a paddle update. We played paddle again last night.
Oh yeah, how'd you get on?
Well, Rafaro took a break this week because he needed to go for some pansy work drinks, so he bailed on us. So Charlie stepped up in probably what was the shortest of shorts I've ever seen. Like, he put a tennis ball in his pocket and it would look like it was falling out of his pocket.
Yeah, classic.
But yeah, me and Balf played Jennings and Charlie, and we absolutely battered them 6-1, 6-love. So we thought we should probably change the teams to make it a bit more even. So I joined up with Charlie.
Jennings and Charlie, that is rogue, isn't it?
Oh, it was pretty rogue. Yeah.
Fantasy knowledge as well. It's a good fantasy knowledge team, isn't it? Charlie, absolutely. Just a shout out to the Chronicles of Charlie. He is rock bottom now. Absolutely rock, with a miserable. How many points did he get at the weekend?
Oh, at one point I think he was on like 20. So I think he
was on a horrible.
He got 31 in the end.
31 still.
I think he was lucky to get 31 as well.
Absolutely hammered by Ben. But are you officially writing yourself out of the playoffs now, mate? Are you?
Yeah, that's me done.
Are you
mate,
done? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely done. There's no way I'm getting in the top 8 now. I think I'm like 20 points behind, aren't I? Something like that.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're 18 points behind.
Yeah, so that's probably me done, because there's like 9 games to go. So that's probably me done. Before we introduce our special guest, I've just got 2 things. Obviously, to everyone that's listening, please continue to listen. You can listen wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, wherever. And also we are putting the video out on YouTube. So if you fancy just watching it, we put all the game stats and everything up there. So there's a bit more visual going on in there. And obviously do continue to do that. We really appreciate it. And then we also we're not going to announce these big announcements, but we wanted to make everyone aware that we have some big announcements coming in the next couple of weeks. For Siege, Ben and I, it's really exciting. We're really looking forward to sharing it with everyone. So just stay tuned, keep an eye on the socials, and obviously listen to the pod, because we'll be announcing those soon. But that's enough of us. We've been talking for way too long. Nixxy's been sat there nice and patiently waiting to be introduced. Nixxy, welcome back. We haven't had you on for a good while. How are you?
It's been an age. Yeah, good, boys. Good. Yeah, sat pretty at the top of the table. Enjoying a nice little run. So yeah, can't complain at all.
Yeah, another very solid season, right? Again, you're right in the hunt for a title.
That's it. Yeah, and hopefully this year go better than last year with my plans and not fall at the first hurdle.
You're not going to bottle it like CJ does, are you?
Yeah.
Because you did
Mate,
bottle
no, I
it
won't
last
this
year.
year.
Mate, I lost the final last year by technicality. Like I actually
Playoff
got
bottle job,
to
you
the
are.
I got to the final and I pretty
but
much won.
Yeah, but did you win?
No,
No.
didn't win. Didn't win.
But
But
Nixxy's in the
Nixxy,
same boat as you, though, isn't he? He likes a playoff bottle.
yes, but it's interesting though. I think what we're starting to see in this league over the past like 3 years in particular, it seems to be the same names at the top of that leaderboard, particularly Nixxy. Ben was up there last year as well. Balf's always up there, but I think it's almost perfect time to get Nixxy on actually.
Is
And
it a coincidence that we
his
had Andy
brain. I
Jackson
want to
come
pick
on
his
the other
brain,
week
lad.
who went on a run, and now Nixxy's here while he's in good form? People only want to come on when they're in good form.
Yeah, he's Nixxy. You are flying, mate. I just wanted to. We spoke about. I think we're going to do a little bit at the start of next season on just how different a strategy is, like a head-to-head strategy compared to a normal FPL. And I know you're sort of. We've got a little loop league, haven't we? Me, you, Trav, and
Yeah.
Peaks. But you're very much focused on the head-to-head. But I just wanted to pick your brain on. Not that you want to give away all your tricks, but like, what are you honestly looking for in terms of like week to week, or do you plan ahead, or what's your strategies going forward with head to head?
Like my normal take, so like the way I approached it this year is like it's 2 mini seasons. So like first 19 games, just as many wins as you can get type thing.
Yeah.
I had a number in my head that like based on last year and years gone by in this league, like what points total you need to be at to make the playoffs. And then from that, I look at, so like, especially now, like I look at where I can win, like what I think I should be getting, like a run of fixtures where they're all winnable and target
Yeah.
that. So like in the
Oh, you
first
really
part of the,
do analysis into it. God.
yeah, but like the first part of the season, I was actually doing really well week 1 to 10, but I wasn't happy with my team. So when I played that, I'd looked at the fixture like a couple of weeks before, and rather than making any transfers in the lead up to it, I just took one massive hit in that week, took the loss because I didn't think I could beat him. Like, so like just wipe it off, and then, you know, not actually ever looking at my overall rank or my overall points total. Like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good.
just all geared at getting that. Like last year, I think it was 54 or 55 points, finished 8th. And like maybe this year you'll need a bit more to get in the playoffs, but that was kind of like the early goal. Like if you can get to that, you'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, just a reminder to everyone that didn't know that Nixxy took minus 28 when he flipped his whole team around, and it was some type of
Yeah, he
record.
proper
I think
butchered
even,
his team.
yeah, he did, but you know, even Jennings doesn't go that far. I think Jennings has taken a minus 78 all season. So,
But I've only taken
just
minus 32 all year, so I only took
yeah,
one minus
exactly.
4 other than that.
Yeah, so
So
it's worked,
like
right?
chopped it. Yeah, well, sort of. Yeah. Yeah.
But
It
So that's
is.
kind of
It's
how I look at it.
definitely. Yeah, it's definitely a good strategy. Like I know me and you've been speaking, Nix, particularly about that. Like you said about the points to get into the playoffs. So I think that's a really key thing. I know this year now we've gone from 16 to 24. It's probably going to be up around the 60 mark, I would say. But it's definitely a good thing to look at moving forward. But I was interested as well because we were chatting about 2 weeks ago, and you actually sent me. I think I won 2 in a row, and you sent me my fixtures to the playoffs, and I hadn't even looked because you said, "Oh, mate, your run to the playoffs is class," and I was like, "Is it?" And then you sent me all the fixtures I had, and I was like, "Fucking hell, here we go." I got a little second wind here, and then I've won 2 in a row, and it seems to be sort of falling in nicely. So I'm going to owe a little bit of that down to you, but it's a good way of looking at it because I normally just look at 1 week ahead, but actually looking sort of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks ahead, particularly at this stage, is key.
I suppose my question is, what are you looking for in that run? Like, I know you're going to
Me,
play, but especially, yeah, what are you looking for in terms of when you look at those opponents? Are you looking at them specifically, or are you just going, "Oh, they're shit. I'm going to beat them"?
no, not specifically at all, but like, so games that are like must-win ones. So like if I was like just teetering on playoff position or not, and you're playing someone in and around you and it's like a must-win, or like if I had a game where I was like 4 points clear of the person below me, so I couldn't like lose a position, for instance, that week I'd then think, well, if I need to change stuff or do something, I can, because I'm not going to lose position in the league. So like when the games matter more, like I can actually lose positions and drop down the table. They're the ones that I look at, and same like if you're playing someone in and around you, type thing. And then it just you end up on a little run. You know, obviously luck comes into it a bit, but by doing that, like I then will try and make transfers. Like last week, I brought in Thiago and I can't remember about someone else. Oh, that Hill, but not aimed at last week. I bought them in aimed at weeks going by because I knew I could, like I had them spare, but wasn't that worried about the win, like type thing.
Yeah, mate. I'm just going to get your team up here, mate. I just get you to talk us through your team.
You're going to share it?
I'm going to share it. Yeah, can you see that, lads?
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk us through, Nix. What's your thoughts on? I've got Sanchez as well. What are you doing and going to do about him? Are you going to keep him for the foreseeable or get rid?
I mean, I've got 2 free transfers. In an ideal world, I would get rid of him. But like, if you A, it's who you bring in, and B, is it worth the transfer? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
In that, like, the next 4 games or next 6 games for Chelsea look dire, but actually, if you're going to bring a keeper in, if he only got like a clean sheet every other game, that'd be a good return. Like, is it worth wasting the transfer on him versus, you know, changing someone else? Like, there's other people in the team that I'm thinking about getting rid of where there's a bigger route to points.
Yeah,
so, like Sanchez, I might keep him.
Yeah.
Unless I've got nothing else I want to change, then I would do it. But
I don't actually mind that little Sanchez Dubravka swap this weekend, to be fair. Like,
no,
what Burnley got who they got? Brentford at home? Like a little...
Yes, yeah.
I might do that. I was thinking about that. But you're right with Sanchez. But the thing with Chelsea, they could end up keeping bloody 3 or 4 Clinos during that time. They can't keep 4. They can't keep a Clino against Leeds, Burnley, Wolves, and all those shit teams. Yeah. But they'll probably keep a Clino against Arsenal at the weekend, sort of thing. But yeah, talk us through the rest of your team, mate. There.
So like defense, I've actually had that stuck since wildcard. So like wildcarded, I think it was week 20. Something like that. 20 week just after it changed. I like haven't really tinkered with it, just sort of set them in. Like they're all, you know, decent players and decent team. Hill's the only one I brought in last week. Looking at probably changing the Arsenal double up. I don't, you know, like with how that's been going recently, but pretty happy with that as a back 4, 5, whatever. Midfield, again, they've been pretty like set since wildcard. Haven't really made too many transfers in the last few weeks. The menu I like. Bruno, I think he's one that I'm considering swapping.
Yeah.
I think now under Carrick, the DEFCON bit's gone. He hasn't really done anything in a few weeks. Like, so whether he goes, same with Rodgers, not really performing, but something I've always done like this year is looking at having like the mainstay player from a team. So like every single player in that team is like, you know, the heartbeat of the team almost. So like your route to points is quite easy if they do fire.
Interesting. I've just been looking at some of the other stats that come up with your team. You know, you've only faced 3 chips.
Yeah.
So there's something going on there that everyone needs to start playing chips against you. Because compare that to, I think Dave has faced 9 compared to your 3. So's Ben's faced 9 compared to you. I mean, poor Dave's faced 9 chips, lost 8-1-1. I mean, that's pretty brutal in terms of chips. Charlie's faced 7 chips and lost all 7. But yeah, there's a lot of, actually, it's an interesting list. Like, you know, Matt, who's up there in the playoffs, he's only faced 2 chips. and he's been beat twice. And some people and Rafaro, there's a lot of people who are in the playoffs who don't face many chips. So I don't know what the reason is there. People are too, I don't know what it is.
It might be. I think it's probably as well, like, Ben, like when you're in the league at the start, like, people try and target you because they're like, fucking hell, I need to actually get one over him. Whereas, like, where you are now, but where Nixxy is now, like, one, people haven't got many chips left unless they're at the top of the league. Because, like me, I'm rattling through mine to get wins to try and get to the playoffs. So you're actually taking the lead at a decent little time there.
Yeah, I think, like now, like chips, like a lot of us in the playoffs, like in the playoff spots, will be trying to keep them or like try not to hemorrhage too many. And then if you're like where you are, like really pushing to get in, if you've got a game week against someone else that's really pushing to get in, that's where you need a chip because you have to beat them. So I think you'll see like a lot more like
going.
People playing them against people near each other.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that was really interesting. I appreciate that. I appreciate some of that insight. As Siege said, we're looking to start next season and do a lot more tactics going into the season for head-to-head. But we'll move on slightly to what we think we're going to start calling Alex's football moans, because that's what it tends to be, right? It's me just moaning about the state of football. So I've got two topics for us this week. We'll touch. I think the ref one we won't spend too long on because otherwise I'm going to get really angry. And then the other one will obviously the football finances came out the last couple of days, so we'll look into that. I don't know if anyone saw it, but on the Arsenal Spurs game the other day, the game was stopped for 5 minutes, about 15 minutes into the game, because the Lino's microphone wouldn't work. So the whole game stopped while it was in good flow. And the atmosphere went dead. The players were doing warm-up while they were waiting for the microphone to be fixed. And I was just thinking, why are we stopping a game of football so a linesman needs his microphone? What? His flag doesn't work anymore. What's the point in the flag? What's that doing if he's got a microphone? Like,
it is mad. It is mad. It's like, if you obviously watch the rugby compared to the footy, it is mad how different, how much more efficient the refereeing is.
And you would have thought they would have learned from the other sports, no?
It's true. But like, did you see that Lloyd Kelly sending off last night for Juve?
No. What happened there?
Mate, literally won a header, not even looking. As he landed on Matey's ankle. As in, like, not even looking. Won the header. Mate landed on Matey's ankle. It looked nasty enough, but he didn't know what he was doing. Anyway, he got a second booking for this.
A complete accident.
No, but he got a second booking for this, got sent off, and then the ref went to the VAR, looked at it, and then brought Lloyd Kelly back on, got rid of the yellow, and gave him a red. But he was already sent off.
Why? He's already been sent off?
Yeah, already been sent off. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Even you see a Dortmund game as well, the Atalanta penalty in the last minute. Probably was a pen. Probably was a pen. Like, Matey's boot was high, but
it's just the mess, mate. It does my head in. Like, why do we always need the ref's opinion? Why does the game have to revolve around them? I don't care what Mike Dean thinks on a Saturday afternoon in the other games. I don't care. Who cares? They're always like, oh, let's go to Mike and see what he thinks. No, I don't want to go to Mike. I just want to know about the football, not about what the freaking refs are doing. Anyways.
He's going to burst the blood vessel in a minute.
Nixxy, thoughts on that? Thoughts on that?
Butler needs a little calm down, mate. Yeah, it is irritating, isn't it? But I think it just probably, like anything else, it all comes back to money, like the amount that these people have all got invested in sponsorship deals and like commercial rights, TV rights, all this sort of stuff. The sport is basically answering to the money, and anyone that's not actually been involved in football or loved football for their life is the one making the decision about the game now. And that's why it's gone to where it is.
Yeah, which is quite sad, though, that we're in this weird period where where money talks, right? So all as you just said, like the local fan, the loyal fan, there is no reward for loyalty, being a loyal fan anymore, right?
No, absolutely
Season
not.
tickets go up every year, whether or not you've been a season ticket for 20 years to 1 year, it's the same price for everyone. There's no like reward for sticking at it through the tough
No.
times.
And I mean,
You know?
Jennings is probably a better person to talk to on it, but like even with tickets now, like with season tickets, if you can't go to a game, you can't even give that to a mate or a family member or whatever. Like if you can't go, like it's all photo ID'd and this, that, and the other. That if you're not the one with the ticket, you have to sell it back to the club, and you lose like X percentage on that, and then they resell it at a percentage premium. So,
which is
like,
mad because Wimbledon have a similar thing, right? So Wimbledon have this app called Don's Tix, and what they can do is if you can't go to the game, you can send your ticket to someone else via email. So why are they doing that in some clubs and not in others? I'm just like,
I mean,
bit mad really. But
at Premier League level, it's because of the amount of money you can make out of it. Like you've got a season ticket holder that pays for 19 games. And like
yeah,
back in the
true.
day, you used to get, like when me and my old man had season tickets at the Bridge, you used to get like home cup games, you were guaranteed your seat at finals, all away games, all that sort of stuff. But now, if like you buy a season ticket and you only really want to go to 10 games, or you can only make 10 games, that's what the football club want, because you pay for 19, they only like sell it back to you at a certain price, so you get a little bit of money back, but they've still made their money, and then they can then sell that at like 50% increased value on ticket face. Like, so they're quids in, they're selling that seat twice over for every game. It all comes back to bringing in extra money. That's where it is.
Yeah, that's where the game's gone, isn't it? It's just run by the owners and the money, right? The money will tell us where everything goes. So I think that leads nicely on to kind of what we were going to talk about next, and the fact that it was reported yesterday that Manchester United are 1.3 billion pounds. Just remember that, £1 billion in debt, but they're still allowed to function as a football club and spend hundreds of millions of pounds. Like,
obscene.
You can still spend 300 million on players, but you're £1 billion in debt. Like how? But you've got then the clubs much further down the football pyramid struggling to get by, who are like, I've mentioned it loads before, and I won't go into it loads too. But Wimbledon are only £4 million in debt, but we're struggling to pay that off.
Yeah,
and we're very close to going into administration. Whereas Man United are £1.3 billion in debt, but that's fine. We'll just buy Mbeumo for 80 mil. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Like the finances. I'll just go through a few here. Obviously, Butler just talked about United surpassing 1.1 billion, but up to 1.3. But Chelsea recorded a loss of 342 million. Spurs a loss of 124. Villa a loss of 82 million. City a loss of 79. And Arsenal, interestingly, only saw a loss of 1.7 mil. So obviously some huge, huge figures, starting with Chelsea, Nixxy. But I know you're a Chelsea fan, but obviously in terms of finances, they're not in the greatest place financially, are they? And obviously they're still shelling out a lot for these players, aren't they?
Yeah, like stupid amounts of money spent over the last 3 years since the 4 years since the Americans have come in. I can see, everyone can see what they're trying to do, and I think it's a long-term strategy that eventually will pay off. Like when they start selling those players on, that debt will massively reduce. And I think the way they've done it with the contracts, they're lining it all up so that you'll probably see someone like Reece James go this year, or like the homegrown guys again, but the ones that are coming to the end of their contract, and then that actually whittles down quite quickly. But
which is really sad that someone like Reece James, who is Chelsea through and through, will get sold because he's come through the academy.
Yeah, but it's every club. Every club's doing it.
I know, but you'd want the opposite, wouldn't you, as a fan? You'd want
absolutely
that player to be there the whole time, and live and breathe it. Give it to everything. So yeah, interesting.
I don't know how you get into £1.3 million worth of debt. There's got to be a lot of, like where Ineos have taken over, and like how you can take over a business and still maintain that level of debt. Like it does.
It's when he comes out to justify, oh yeah, it was good that we made all the dinner ladies redundant because that saved us money, and we're like, you're 1.3 billion pounds in debt.
Yeah,
but it's like the stadium there though. But the stadium stuff like that. I remember if you remember when like Ronaldo came back, he said like he couldn't believe like the facilities were exactly the same as when he left it. Do you know what I mean? Like the gym and stuff. Like they haven't even. I don't think they're even upgrading the stadium stuff. But how are they going to do that with 1.3 billion in debt? It's crazy, really.
Well, didn't they approach? They approached Manchester City Council or something, asking for like massive loans from them because they weren't going to fund the entire stadium themselves. They want to make it.
Loads of money.
Well, yeah, but not as in like basically to do with this whole project of making Manchester some sort of whatever town or city or again. So their plans weren't based on them solely doing it, but I don't know.
Well, there we go. I mean, we know the game's broken because we say it I say it every week.
Yeah, you do, mate. Yeah. You do. But Butler doesn't even play the game. It's broke. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, just let's pick and play another game. Anyways, what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and then when we come break, Siege, we'll let you know if you came close to winning, or if you did win Manager of the Month.
I'm in with a shout. I know that. I know. I've definitely my point scoring is so poor.
We'll see. I've got some stats written down in front of me on my notepad, so we'll come back. When we come back, we'll look at it. So we'll see you in a sec. Right, welcome back. It's now that time that everyone wants to know. Nixxy, it's good that you're on, actually, because you're the defending Manager of the Month.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're not in the race for this one. However, you did win 3 of your games in February, so that's nothing short of up there in contention. But we did have 3 managers in contention for Manager of the Month. CJ is sitting there grinning, thinking, I might. Siege is one of them. He won all 4 of his games. Siege, you beat Charlie at 59-55. You beat Fraser 74-72. You beat Trav 63-56. And then more recently, you beat Farney 55-51. So you're the first contender.
Small margins.
Small margins, exactly. Every single one of those was pretty tight. So just bear that in mind. We've got Smithy, who's also won. He's actually won 5 in a row.
He's flying, he's flying.
He's won 5 in a row, but obviously we just looked at February, which was only 4 game weeks. He beat you, Nixxy, 77-65. He beat me, 65-62. He beat Matt, 78-64. And then he absolutely flattened Balf, 53-37. Balf top of the table for 1 week, then loses 2 in a row. I bet he's absolutely buzzing. So Smithy is in with a shout as well. And then we've also got Dave, which surprised me. I didn't realise that Dave was in the run, but Dave has won 4 in a row and is very much hunting back down those playoff places. He's now only 1 point off 8th place. So he's definitely in there with you, Siege. Dave is. He beat Luke 54-39, beat Farney a whopping 83-40. More than double. He beat Jennings a 79-66, and then he more recently beat me this weekend just gone 48-42. So those are our 3 managers. Because all 4 of you won, and we're just going to reiterate the rules for Balf's knowledge because I know how delicate he is. So just to be clear, because you all won games, it then goes down to total points. Okay?
Yeah.
And if the total points is then even, then we'll look at the fixture difficulty. And luckily, we don't need to go to that because there is a clear winner. But we'll start with the 3rd place person. So with 251 points over the last 4 weeks is you, Siege. So 3rd place.
I thought I'd be 3rd. My point scoring has been mouse. So
compared to Dave and Smithy both had some big scoring weeks in there. I think yours was a bit more a lowly average.
Yeah.
So Smithy hit 70 twice, excuse me, and 60, and then Dave hit 80 and 79. as well as a 54. So this is it. It's either Dave or Smithy for manager of the month for February. So in second place with 264. By the way, first place is only 273. So there's only 9 points in it. But in second place with 264 was Dave, which means February's manager of the month is Smithy with 273 points. Congratulations, Smithy. Make sure you give us a shout. Send us your bank details and I can send you the 15 quid. And Nixxy can vouch that I am good for the 15 quid because he received his.
The accounts department's very swift at Sunny at Share.
Yeah.
Smithy, I'm just looking at his stats. He is absolutely flying. He's obviously has he won 5 in a row? Has he won more than that?
He's won 5 in a row, yeah.
Won 5 in a row. Average point 68.4. He's got 3 free transfers in the bank, and he's got a wild card, bench boost, and free hit to play. And he's sat pretty in 8th place. Like he's got to be the most informed manager in the league, is he? Surely over the last few, is he?
Yeah. So actually on that's a good point. So the most in form over the last 5, Andy Jackson is first with 349 in his last 5 at an average of 69.8. Smithy is right behind him on 346 points at an average of 69.2. So, and then there's Peaks will be in third there with 327. So actually Andy and Smithy are miles ahead of anyone else in terms of more recent form.
Smithy's the one to watch. Smithy is definitely the one to watch. Who's he got this week? Who's Smith's got this week? He has got Jordan. Okay.
Jordan's been unlucky as well, by the way.
Yes, they got a lot of shared players. I think it's getting to that stage now, isn't it, where quite a few teams have got a lot of shared players. Smithy and Jordan have got 9. 60% overlap. So we'll see what happens there. But do you know what's got Smithy through? I mentioned João Pedro's outrageous form the last 6 games. I think he's pretty much captained him every game, which just shows if you get that captain right, it absolutely, you fly up the leagues. And it absolutely sorts you. And I think that's what me and Ben said on Wednesday. People are starting to go away from Haaland now, which is making it really, really interesting. If you get it right, it has a huge difference in the head-to-head league, definitely.
Massively. Right, should we get into the game week 27 key battles, the reviews? See,
let's do it.
Ben's kindly written them for us this week, so we don't have to just wing it and make a mess of it. Do you want to read the first couple and then I do the last 2? How do you want to do it?
Do you want to get your little? Do you want to do your little screen and get them up?
I'll share my screen. Yeah, I'll do the share screen bit. We love a bit of that. Let's get these up. So
right, first key battle was Ben versus Charlie. So liver mentally ill with 57 versus Saka my voice note 31. He might as well sack himself at the moment. He is absolutely in horrific form. But Ben's first win in 5 games came out at the expense of Charlie, who is rock bottom and hasn't won a match-up in his last 4. Things got off to a bad start for Charlie, with Ben's captain of João Pedro netting within the first 5 minutes against Burnley, and Charlie doesn't own him, so it was an uphill battle from there. Nailing the coffin was O'Reilly's 17-point display, with Ben's differential scoring 42 points versus Charlie's scoring 16. Ben scored the second highest score of the game week to the Man City defender/midfielder. That was O'Reilly. It was a complete mismatch in the end, with the second highest score of the week against the lowest scorer. However, the game would have been a lot tighter if 10-man Chelsea held out against Burnley. So Fleming's 93rd minute equaliser coming at a great cost to Charlie, who was seconds away from 12 points and clean sheets from Sanchez and Chalobah. Charlie's captain Bruno Fernandes blanked, and while Mbeumo did decently enough with a 6-point haul, there was simply too much ground to make up on Monday night. So, also, Ben isn't here, but he would like us to shout out the fact he's the only manager in the league to break the 1,600 point mark so far. We love and miss Ben so much. Yes, really well done.
Did you actually read that last bullet point?
Yeah, we love and miss Ben so much. Well done, Ben. Just wanted to massage your ego a little bit after your 4-week losing streak. But yeah, back to winning ways. And do you know what? That Burnley goal sorted me as well. I don't know if it sorted a few more people, but it fucked you. It sorted a few people, but it had massive effects on so many games, that last-minute goal, particularly on the bonus points. But yeah, what do you think about that matchup, Chance? Bit of a mismatch, really, wasn't it?
Completely one-sided. Charlie is in real bother at the moment, isn't he? I think at one point in his game week, wasn't he on, like, we looked down at his score and it was like 18 points after the Saturday. And I was like, oh dear, 18 points after the Saturday. It wasn't looking great. Yeah, he's not in good form, is he?
No, he's
really
not.
not.
He's not.
Right. What's the next one?
It is Dassy versus Mike. So a slightly tighter affair. Tyne stopped me with 36 versus Odegaard, my title, 49.
Not really tight. 13 points.
Yeah. I'm just comparing it to Charlie and Ben's one, actually.
Oh, okay.
A comfortable win from Mike over Dassy, who remains firmly in the playoff hunt after dispatching Dassy's team by a margin of 13 points. Again, the choice of João Pedro for captain set Mike on his way to victory, with Dassy captaining Gabriel, who blanked. Quite different teams, these two. Dassy has 9 players that Mike doesn't have, including the likes of Wilson, Raya, Timber, Thiago, Watkins and Gabriel. However, Dassy's differentials only gained him 26 points, with Wilson being the only player from that list that didn't blank. The trio of Gabriel, Timber and Raya hurt him here, with Arsenal conceding that goal to Spurs. On the other hand, Mike's decision to double up on Bournemouth defence, Hill and Senesi, worked wonderfully, with those two earning 11 points between them. Dassy may rue the fact that he left a 7-point concert on the bench in last place. However, it wouldn't have made a difference to the result. In fact, there are lurking suspicions that Dassy may have missed the deadline, didn't change his captain, didn't make transfers, and Bruno Guimaraes was automatically subbed out of his lineup. Easy win in the bag for Mike then, who despite the 3 points actually slips to 9th, with the high-flying Smithy overtaking him because he has 2 more points overall. Dassy, meanwhile, remains in a very respectable 17th place and is 6 points clear of last place, with none of the 8 moving positions at all. Sorry, none of the bottom 8 moving positions at all this game week. I laugh after I said about I want all those the bottom half to win.
Us,
me and Nix were speaking, weren't we, earlier? Like, what? They literally all lost, didn't they? The bottom half.
Yeah, the bottom half. Everyone from 14th down lost.
That's in a little bit of trouble as well, I think, isn't he? Let's be honest.
You know, because there is some dreadful form going on at the bottom of the table. There's some dreadful.
Just get the table up on that screen. Just get the table up a second.
Let's finish the games, and we'll get the table up on. After.
Do you want me to carry on, mate?
Yeah, well, if you want to, yeah. If you're in the groove, you carry on, my friend.
All right. Next one: Fraser versus Andy Jackson. Don't Delapananda 52 versus Always Right 58. A really close game between 2 high-scoring managers. Fraser can count himself a little bit unlucky here, as he had the 6th highest score of the game week, enough to beat 18 other managers. However, he came up against Andy Jackson, who is in great form, having won 4 of his last 5 and has the best form in the league over the last 5 weeks. 349 points in his last 5 game weeks, which averages out to nearly 70 points a week. And his victory is even more impressive considering the fact that Fraser played his bench boost for a total of 10 points. Hill and Rayan earned 9 of those points, with Mukiele and Pexi letting him down from that perspective. So is this a case of João Pedro versus Haaland captaincy that won Andy the game? João Pedro got 14 points while Haaland got 12 for Fraser. And he was also helped massively by VVD's 11-point return and Wan-Bissaka's clean sheet, those two scoring 17 points between them. On the other hand, everyone in Fraser's starting 11 blanked, apart from João Pedro, Haaland and Reece James. And Reece James was lucky to get that 6-point haul because he got taken off before Burnley scored.
I think Van Dijk was lucky to get that 11-point haul, to be totally honest with you. He had a header saved off the line and it gets given as an assist.
Mate, genuine assist. Absolute genuine assist.
How is that a genuine assist? What, he had a shot and the goalie saves it? Oh, and then the guy taps it in. Oh, damn, that's an assist, is it? Oh,
it's the pre-assist. That's the pre-assist. You get him in. Get him in.
Okay, because that doesn't happen every game either. Oh, every time everyone has a shot now, it's an assist, is it?
He's got 3 goal involvements in his last 5, by the way, Van Dijk.
Well, that last one is a joke, by the way. Joke.
But this result had a significant impact on the table, with Andy continuing his rise to 13th and is now making a late push for the playoffs, currently 7 points behind 8th place, which would be some turnaround for his season, whereas Fraser drops to 15th, being leapfrogged by both Nick and Andy Jackson. Nixxy, just your thoughts on Andy Jackson's form, mate. Out of nowhere, this. What do you think, Nix, about his form, mate? Andy Jackson's boy.
Is he still here?
Is he
he's faffing around doing something.
You're on mute, Nix, I think.
How's he put himself on mute? He's not on mute. It's not on mute on my thing.
Is he not?
Well, we'll come back to him, Siege. Let's finish.
Maybe
Well,
Nix, maybe log out. Maybe log out and come back in, Nix. That'll work. That should work.
We'll do the last one.
Well,
then,
while Nix's technical difficulties, we will do the last one, which actually was a big one, particularly for the title charge and the playoff race, actually. So Balf versus Smithy. Rise to the occasion 37 versus Smithy Rovers 53. Smithy's fantastic form continues here with a dominant display over Stu, as Smithy hits his 5th win in a row and rises to 8th in the table. This comfortable victory was thanks in part to triple captain João Pedro bagging him 21 points, as Stu gave him some trash talk in the WhatsApp group. A very low-scoring week for Stu came at a bad time against the informed Smithy, with all of his team except Haaland and Mbuemo blanking. And to make matters worse, Balf left Van Hekke and Hill on the bench, who scored 15 points between them. Smithy, meanwhile, is in neck and neck with Andy Jackson as the most informed manager of the league, amassing 346 points over the last 5 game weeks for an average of 69.2 points a week, whereas Stu drops to 3rd now in the league on 52 points. Smithy is now 8th, and there's just 6 points between them now after this latest head-to-head matchup. What do you think about that one, mate? Balf's in a little bit of free fall, isn't it? He seems to have taken his foot off the gas after going top.
He stupidly asked me for advice, and I gave him loads of false advice to help him lose. So, and then he had a tantrum about it. So more for you for listening to me.
He did have a tantrum. That absolutely cracked me, that did. Absolutely cracked me. But no, Smithy, I think Smithy's the one at the moment, isn't he? If you look at that form table there, Smithy is,
there he is.
Absolutely fine. Even his overall points, I think he's inside the top 800k now as well, from absolutely nowhere.
The fact he'd lost more games than he had won until he went on this run kind of sums up. Nixxy, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
He's back. He's back.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
I'm back. I don't really know what happened there. Sorry, gents.
Give us your opinion on Balf. Go on. We all want to hear it. The whole world wants to know.
It's just nice that he's gone quiet again, isn't it? Losing couldn't happen to a nicer bloke, to be honest. It's nice when he's in a poor little run. Yeah, not a lot more to say. Just when he's quiet, it's good.
What about Andy Jackson and Smithy, mate? Do you consider them threats, particularly Smithy?
Smithy, I think Smithy is the form he's in. His team looks great, but the form he's in, like when I played him, I didn't think I was going to beat him like before the week even started. But I think the chips he's got, he'll almost guarantee to make the playoffs.
I would
Definitely
say
one to watch out for. Yeah, that he's loaded and ready to go.
What about Andy Jackson? Is Andy Jackson going to make the playoffs after that miserable start?
Points away. He's still 7 points. That's quite.
And what have we got? 8 game weeks to the playoffs? Is it 8 or 9?
9, I think. 27. I'll count them. You carry on.
Yeah, I think Andy's got a lot to do, but like looking at his points, like he's got a high overall total and averaging, was it nearly 70 a week he's averaged over the last 5?
Yeah.
Again, like flying. So like if he can keep the run going, like he'll be there or thereabouts. Because a lot of the playoff teams, like we've all got to play each other still. So
yeah,
that's good for me. That's good for me, actually. Come on, boys.
Yeah.
Right, let's quickly look at the league then. Yeah, here we go. So obviously, Nixxy, you sit there top on 57 points, a nice 3-point cushion to Ben in second place. And then we've got Balf, Peaks, Matt, Trav, Rafaro, and Smithy rounding off the top 8. Now, the fight for the playoffs is very much on with Mike, Connor, Dave, all sitting within a point or on equal points with Smithy in 8th place. Siege, you sit a further 4 points back from 8th and are very much in the hunt, with Andy Jackson, as we just mentioned, a further 3 points behind you. Nick himself has picked himself up after a dreadful run of 7 defeats in a row. He's now won 3 in a row. So maybe he is one as well to keep an eye on moving back up the table. And then as we said, from 15th downwards, everyone lost. So there was no movement in the bottom half of the table. Charlie stays bottom with Farney, Luke, Gazzy T and myself only a point ahead of Charlie. So that's 5 managers fighting out by 1 point near the bottom of the table. Trotty sits only a further 2 points up with Jennings. And then Dassey is very much someone who is also, could Dassey be a trophy builder for the 3rd year in a row? That would be some story if that happened, wouldn't it? If we ended up going there.
Just look at that form from
the form down the bottom of the table.
That
is
just miserable.
Just a sea of red.
Look at the luck scores down there from me and Charlie. It's over 1,000.
This luck, do you know what? It was funny actually, Butler. You messaged Greg in the week, didn't you? You were like, mate, please could you do a video on what the luck actually means? And do you know what? Yeah. I really want him to do it because I cannot wait till he explains it. And then Butler's be like, oh shit, maybe I'm just shit at fantasy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's probably that. Let's be honest, it's not great. Right, let's look at game week 28. So what we're going to do now, as we come into the last 9 games of the season, when we do the key battles, we're going to split it. We're going to pick 2 matches that are very much playoff race matches, not necessarily top of the league matches, unless we really think they deserve to be in there. And then we're also going to pick out 2 trophy builder matches. So those who remember, if you finish last of our league, you have to build the trophy, as Dassey knows, doing 1.5 trophies over the last 2 years. So we'll look at the playoff race first. The first game I'm calling out this week, boys, is a pretty big one. It's Rafaro in 7th and Dave in 11th. Yeah. Dave is in absolutely brilliant form, winning 4 in a row, averaging nearly 60 points a game. And then Rafaro has lost 2 of his last 3 at only an average of 51.4. Rafaro does have all his chips, including his wild card, still to play.
Wow.
So there's a lot of power still in there. Neither of these teams are very similar. Only 5 players shared, which could be really interesting going into the next few weeks. And so just looking at their teams, as we said, they are very, very different. Dave was lucky to overcome me with that stupid Virgil van Dijk assist, which is just stupid. But again, it's going to come very much down to defence and the strike line in this one, because their midfielders are generally pretty similar. So it's going to come down.
Arsenal keep a cleano. If Arsenal keep a cleano, Rafaro's sorted, basically, isn't it? Oh, no, I suppose Dave's got Raya, hasn't he?
Yeah. Dave has changed his captain the last 5 weeks. Rafaro has gone to Enzo twice, and Gabriel once. But in terms of overall rankings, there is 2 million places between them. So you would say Rafaro is probably favourite for this one.
Rafaro lacking a bit of consistency, Rafaro, isn't he? Like, I do think he's obviously a very decent fantasy player, but he's just not putting the run together at the right time, is he? Those two losses in game week 25 and 26 really halted his little promotion push, didn't it? Or his push into the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, for the 2, they're both newbies into the league, so for the both of them to be in the run for a playoffs is a pretty commendable achievement.
True.
Yeah. And then the other big game this week, we couldn't really look past it because it's Lewis Peacock in 4th place against
Massive
Ben,
game,
who currently sits 2nd. Now, we've talked about the contrast in forms here. Ben has lost 4 of his last 5, picking up that 1 win against a very woeful Charlie this weekend. He's only averaging 58.4 compared to Peaks' last 5 game weeks, where he's averaging 65 points. Ben does have 2 free transfers, and their teams are relatively similar, 6 shared players, so nearly half. But looking at their teams, I'm shocked that Ben still has Roofs in goal. I don't know
Yeah.
how he's. No wonder he went on a terrible run, and I think he got slightly lucky with Nico O'Reilly because, as he said on the Tuesday episode, he only kept him in because he was putting out other fires. So, interesting one to keep there. Big game for both. I know you, CJ, you know them both pretty well. Obviously, we know Peaks very well. Who is going to come out the winner of this one?
Do you know what? I'm going to pass that question over to Nixxy before I answer that. What do you think? Just actually thoughts on Peaks first before both of them.
Yeah, I actually went for a beer with Peaks on Saturday, and we were chatting about it, quite a bit about FPL and stuff. And I think he has a very similar approach to me. Like, doesn't give a hoot about overall points. Like, plays the opponent, things like that. So I know he's got a plan in place for like the next few weeks coming. Yeah, for me, it would be good if I'm going to back Peaks because I know he's got a plan up his sleeve, but I need him to beat Ben to keep Ben off my tail.
Yeah, so true. So
I mean,
Peaks'
Ben's overall rank, by the way, is still third in the top 40,000 in the world.
He's still scoring mad points. Like, even this week, he was the second top scorer in the league. Like, it's actually crazy. He's 36,000.
I mean, Peaks isn't too far off at 250,000. So, there's a.
He's been great. Like, he's what's good. Peaks he definitely does his homework on differentials. Like, he was messaging. I told you in the Wednesday, he was messaging me. Put Dango in. I know he didn't deliver at the weekend, but I think he's going to be a great pick for the next few weeks. Obviously, he got lucky with the Palmer shout. I'd probably keep him in. Maguire, again, Maguire and Bruggen pulled him out of a hole this week because he captained Palmer. I think it's what he does with Palmer. If Palmer pops, then I think Peaks is going to do really, really well still. If Palmer starts to fall off a cliff, I think we'll see Peaks' form subside as well. But massive, massive game. I'm actually really looking forward to that one, to be honest.
Well, let's get into the even bigger games because let's look at where the race is at the bottom of the trophy builders, right? We can't even look past it. It's the very top of our fixture list. It's Luke versus me. It's 22nd versus 20th. We're on equal points, both on 28 points, both coming into this game only winning one of our last 5. However, I'm averaging nearly 60 in that run. Can I just point that out?
Yeah.
Talk about bad luck. Averaging nearly 60, and I've only won one of my last 5 games. Luke, however, is averaging nearly 47. Luke has 3 free transfers, which could be huge if he plays that right this coming weekend. We have 7 shared players. Looking at our teams, they are quite different. I mean, the defenses are relatively similar.
Just talk us through your team, mate. Just talk us through your team and your thoughts, because is Luke actually going to listen to this before tomorrow's deadline? Probably not. Talk us through what your plans are, mate. Come on.
Well, I'm really debating shifting the Arsenal double up at the back.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking at any way to get in either some Liverpool players or another Brentford player because of those runs that are coming. So, if I'm honest, my thought would be to get Virgil van Dijk in at any point I possibly can. That may mean having to sacrifice Gabriel, which would be a bold call, but I'm at a stage where a bold call is all I've got right now, so I might as well have a punt at it. I'm also really considering getting rid of João Pedro, based on the run that's coming. It would be a bold call, but a risk.
He's just in unbelievable form, though, no?
Yeah. And if Somerville knew how to finish the other night, by the way, he probably should have had a goal or an assist, one or the other. Bowen should have bloody scored his pass. But hey, luck's not on my side. That's just the way it is.
Still like Somerville, to be fair. I still like Somerville.
Yeah, we'll just see. I've had enough of the Chelsea players, if I'm honest. Apart from João Pedro, I've had enough of Chalobah and Enzo. They've done nothing for me since I brought them in.
Get rid of them with what we've got coming up.
Mass exodus. Yeah,
I've already got minus 40 this week.
I've got rid of one. I'm debating getting rid of another for a -4, but I don't think I can afford a -4.
I just wanted to point out overall rank. Luke is 6.1 million in the world. That's half.
He's above you, isn't he, as well?
We're even in the league. We're on the same.
I'm sorry, yeah, he's just below you. He's just below you, yeah.
But I am 2.3 in the world.
Yeah,
so
it's not bad.
Significantly, yeah, it's not bad. But hey, just that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Right. As Balf said, I tinker with my team too much, which is probably true. I get too caught up and try and change it.
At least
around.
you don't forget. I know you actually. I was going to say, at least you don't forget a deadline. You did forget the deadline last week.
I did forget the deadline. Yeah, I did. And then the other trophy building race, again, we couldn't look past it because there's two nice big red numbers next to their names. Trotty in 19th, Jennings in 18th. We couldn't look past these guys again. Neither of them have won any game. They've only won one game in their last 5. Trotty averaging 50, Jennings averaging nearly 55. They have 9 shared players, so this could be quite a close game.
That could be an epic
coming into this. Again, another manager with Roofs in goal. And then obviously looking at these teams, their midfields are pretty similar. So again, it's going to come down to maybe the attack versus defense. We shall see. But again, let's just look at some global rankings here. This could be an absolute classic. Trotty ranking 7 million in the world out of a total of 12,500. Jennings, a very comfortable 4.7 million in the world. So absolutely beauty. Jennings has taken 12 hits in 12 different game weeks this season.
That's that's a small amount of hits for Jennings, considering he took 12 in the first 12 game weeks, didn't he?
No, what that means is that's 12 hits. So he's taken 12 game week hits. Basically.
No, I think he's done minus 72.
That could
I
be
think
multiple hits.
He's on minus 78. Nixxy is what he's on.
Yeah, I thought it was a minus 72, but minus 78. Wow.
So the last time these two played each other was in game week 17. The score was 36-17. So last time these
36-17.
Yeah, Jennings got a win, getting 36 points against a meager 17 points. So
Jesus, lads.
There we go. So that's the key battles.
Just quickly, before we take a little break before the game, Nixxy, you against Farney this week. I just saw that first against 23rd. What are your
Farney
thoughts?
is in god awful form.
What are your thoughts? I snuck past him this weekend, but what are your thoughts initially up before that one, mate?
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier, so I haven't made my transfer yet. I've got one in mind. I think midfield we're very similar. Up front, I mean, if Ekitike, I think it will come down to Ekitike versus Haaland potentially. The teams are pretty similar, so I think if Ekitike goes mad and Haaland doesn't, or vice versa. So, I think it'll be a tight one against Farney.
The same. Yeah, that was exactly the same as what happened this week. It was Ekitike against Haaland, and obviously Haaland, I captained him, so it was like I think Ekitike got 2 and I had 12, and that was it. Obviously he had Henderson in goal, which was madness as well. But I still like looking at his team. His team is not bad. Team. It's a decent,
and he did just play his wild card though. He played against me.
And he's got Rice and Raya to come back into that team as well. He's got Tarkovsky. Like, he's got a lot of wiggle room there. It'd be surprising. Do you know what? I just cannot predict what Farney's going to do, like, in terms of like transfers and what he's going to do with his team.
I think he's actually lowest in the league in terms of points, isn't he?
Potentially, is he?
Just looking.
Can't be.
No, Trotty's got 1,310. Barney's got 1,340. But
1,000.
Right, we take a break and come back and play your game because I had a mare last time, so
yeah, mate.
Any. Right, we'll see you in a sec.
See you in a sec. Welcome back to the Sonny and Cher pods. Joined by Nixxy this week. We're going to introduce him to the game. He
The only
knows how
thing
it
I
works.
like about this whole game,
I've
this
got a
whole
few.
podcast-
I've got some scores here. I think they're legit. I'm on 4.5. Ben's on 7.5, and Butler, you're on 17 currently.
What's the guest on?
Guests are on 2 currently, which
Oh.
is steady for guests. So
Mate, if the
Nixxy,
guest
you're
beat you,
representing
that would be
guests.
great. Come on, guest. Let's beat CJ.
My knowledge is absolutely atrocious. I'm
I've
finding
got a
out.
great one this week. If you want me to go first.
You can start then. I'll just explain the game to listeners if you haven't heard before. So we're each going to pick a player, past or present, could have retired, could be still playing. Then we're going to name how many teams they've played for. And it's almost like a game of arrogance to see who can name the most amount of teams. So Butler, go for it, mate. Who've you got?
I've got Teddy Sheringham.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
He's played for 10 different clubs.
Oh, okay.
Very good record. What are you thinking next?
Got 3.
Oh, I've definitely got 4. I'm saying definitely 4. I'm saying. I think anyway.
Cool. Only
Yeah.
4. I reckon I could have got 6 of these. Right, come on then. Who's
I've
going?
only got 3. Go on, Siege.
Go
All
on,
right.
Siege. You're going to go with 4, are you? Come on then.
Pompey.
Yeah. 32
West
appearances, 9 goals. Yeah. West
West
Ham,
Ham.
76 appearances, 28 goals.
United.
Yep.
Spurs.
Yep. Spurs twice.
So that's 4. I've got a
Yeah.
rogue one. I don't know if it's
Go on then.
legit. Nixxy, did you have any others to those?
No, I just had them 3.
I don't know
Didn't have
why
Pompey.
this could be absolute nonsense, but I've got Leighton Orient in my head.
No, he didn't go for them. So he started off at Millwall, 220 appearances, 93 goals.
Yeah.
Went on loan in that period to Aldershot, and also went on loan abroad to Desjardins, which I think is Denmark. And then went to Nottingham Forest, 42 appearances, 14 goals. Then to Spurs, 166 appearances, 75 goals. Then Manchester United, 104 appearances, 31 goals. Then back to Spurs, 70 appearances, 22 goals. Then to Pompey, 32 appearances, 9 goals. Then West Ham, 76 appearances, 28 goals. Colchester, he went to
That was
near
it.
the end. And then he finished at Stevenage, but was player manager and never played.
That was it. That's the one. That's why I knew it was like red and white. I don't know why I was thinking Leighton Orient, but Stevenage was the one. Yeah. Good
Very
one,
good.
though. Good one.
Well,
right.
you got a point.
Nix.
Right.
Who have you got? Who have you got for me and Butler?
I don't know if you've had it. Marcus Bent.
No,
I don't think we have.
We've had right at the beginning. I think we had him right at the very, very, very beginning, but that's fine. I don't remember it.
I haven't got a clue. No.
Well,
Jesus.
I did get a list of 3 if you want me to swap.
Didn't he play
to
for like
someone.
15 clubs?
Yeah,
or something?
maybe. If you got another one, maybe choose another one.
Right, the other one was Edin Dzeko.
Ooh, I like that.
That is a good one.
Right, I just need to get him up.
I like that a lot.
That is a
Edin
good one.
Dzeko has played for 10 clubs.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think I could do 5.
5.
I think so. Maybe
I've
4.
definitely
do?
got. Definitely, I know. I've definitely got. I've got 3 definites, but I can't do 5. Go on.
Okay. Before he was at City, but before there, he was at Wolfsburg, I think.
Yeah. So City
That's
and
great
Wolfsburg.
knowledge.
And then he went from City to Roma,
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
and then went to Inter Milan,
Yeah.
and then I think he's at Schalke now, isn't he, or something?
Yeah, he is. He's at
That's
Schalke now.
ridiculous. And I've actually got one more. He was at Fenerbahce as well, wasn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
was he? I don't know.
He was at Fenerbahce as well. That's
I know.
a good
I
one.
saw that he'd just gone. He's only just joined Schalke. I think he joined them
Has he?
really recently.
Read
He's
his
Yeah.
career, Nix.
So he started at, I can't even say this, Zeljenica, 35 appearances, 3 goals. He then went to Tbilisi, 43, perhaps 16 goals. He then went on loan to Usti Nad Labum on loan,
Oh, them
15 apps,
Famous-
6
that famous
goals.
team.
Then it was Wolfsburg, 66 goals in 111. Then to City,
Strong.
50 goals in 130. He then went to Roma on loan, 8 goals in 31. He then signed for them permanently.
He was good.
Then to Inter Milan, 22 goals in 69 games. He then went to Fenerbahce, 35 goals in 71 games. He then went to Fiorentina last year.
Oh, yeah.
Played 11 games but didn't score, and he's now at Schalke, 4 goals in 5 games.
Seriously prolific. He's 39, lads. Basically,
I would have only had 4 if I hadn't seen like the yesterday that he was at Schalke banging in goals.
Yeah, he got better than a goal a game at Wolfsburg, pretty much goal a game at City, pretty much a goal a game at Roma, goal a game at Fenerbahce. Goal every 2 games, that is, sorry. Jesus.
I was going to say, a goal a game, are you sure?
Yeah, sorry, what am I talking about? Goal every 2 games, that was. Sorry for people listening there. Right. So I'm going to do one. Nixxy, you're going to guess. So Butler, you have to stay quiet here, unfortunately. You can say how many you know, but we're going to let Nixxy guess as he's the guest. But my player is Emil Heskey.
Oh, what a good one. I know this.
I imagine you probably do, yeah. Emil Heskey
I could probably do all of them.
7 clubs, that's it.
Yeah,
7 clubs, and 6 of them were English clubs. That's a little hint for you, Nix, there.
I could definitely, I'm not going to obviously guess, we'll let Nixxy guess, but I could definitely do 6 of those 7.
6?
Yeah.
So
I loved Emil Heskey. He was one of my favourite players when I was a kid.
7
Always
clubs.
Falling over. Always fell over.
I think I've only got 2. I've got
you
Leicester and Liverpool.
I'll finish it off.
Yeah, the only 2 I've got, Leicester and Liverpool.
Yeah, Leicester, Liverpool.
And then Birmingham, and then Wigan.
Yeah.
And then at Villa.
Yeah.
And Newcastle Jets or something in Australia.
Yes. Yeah, that's 6, you know. And then, so from Newcastle Jets, he then came back for 2 years to an English club. Do you know? They used to be in the Prem under Sam Allardyce.
Bolton.
Yeah, Bolton Wanderers. So, actually, I can't believe he's wasn't that prolific at all. So, Leicester, he started his career in 94, 6 years there, 154 apps, 40 goals. Then he got that move to Liverpool for 4 years, 150 apps, 39 goals. Then went to Birmingham for 2 years, 68 appearances, 14 goals. Then to Wigan, 82 appearances, only 15 goals. He only scored 9 in 92. Newcastle Jets, he got 10 in 42. And then Bolton at the end, he only got 3.
Even in Australia, he only got 10 in 45.
I actually thought he was more prolific than that. He only scored...
He played for England like 80 times, didn't he?
62 apps for England, only scored 7 goals. I only remember him for scoring that goal against Germany, you know, when he did
that's all I remember, yeah.
That one.
Didn't he play for England under 2 spells, though? Didn't he come back when he was like in his 30s? Someone brought him back into the squad, didn't they?
I don't know, yeah. Well, he played from 1999 to 2010.
He must have been a real good person in the changing room to have played that many times with that little goals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not ideal, is it? But yeah, no, 3 good ones there, gents. But your knowledge is this Footy Manager? Is this just Footy Manager? Or is this just?
Yeah, mainly,
and that Dzeko knowledge was frightening. That Wolfsburg, like, what is he? How do you even know that?
Because I used to buy him on Football Manager.
There you go. Yeah.
Used to buy him and be like, oh, he's at Wolfsburg before he went to City. Yeah, very good. Well, Nixxy, absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining us and giving us a bit of your head-to-head knowledge. Very valuable. I know Ben would be listening keenly to know what your tactics are, because I know he wanted to implement some himself. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and we really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having us, and thanks for all you do. Brilliant season. We're really enjoying it. So
yeah,
it's only going to get better.
Oh, it's absolute crunch time at the moment, isn't it? It really, I actually feel it. Do you know what actually is? My weekends are so much better when I win. I've just realised.
Well, what's happening for me is I've been shit at fantasy, but Wimbledon has started to win games, so I now don't care about fantasy.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so that's
we're
good.
going to survive.
If they start losing and then you start winning, like
That's fine. Yeah, but I'd
Yeah, exactly.
rather Wimbledon survive first. Let's just survive
Yeah,
League
true,
One,
true.
and then we get that. We can move on. But
right, Nix, you've got to do the honours, mate. Do the honours for us.
All right. May the fantasy gods be with you. Cheers, gents.
Cheers,
Good luck
mate.
this week. Good luck this weekend, gents.
See ya, bye.
It's the Sonny and Shah Fantasy League.
And even though Son has left for the MLS,
our head-to-head league is still the best. Hosted by
Alex,
Ben,
CJ,
ABC.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
it's another fantasy podcast.
Oh, fuck me.